Hi, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. So, we are going to be reacting to a song by L.T.D, Love to the World, and their song called Love Ballad. And this was requested by Deek. So, thank you so much to Deek for your request. Never heard of these guys before, so I'm very excited to get into it. Let's go.
I have never been so much in love before. What a difference a true love made in my life. So nice, so right. Loving you gave me something new that I never felt, never dreamed of. Something's changed, no, it's not the feeling I had before. Oh, it's much, much more. Love, I never knew that touch could mean so much. What a difference! And when we walk hand in hand, I feel so real. Lovers come and then lovers go. That's what folks say. Don't they know? They're not there when you love me, hold me and say you care. And what we have is much more than they could see. What we have is much more than they could see. What we have is much more than they could see. What we have is much more than they could see. I don't have what people say. I don't have what they say. What we have is much more than they could see. What we have is much more than they could see. What we have is much more than they could see. What we have is much more than they could see. What we have is much more than they could see. What we have is much more than they
What we had is much more than they can see. What we have is much more than they can see. What we have is much more than they can see. What we have is much more than they can see. What we have is much more than they can see. Ooh. Wow, what a song. Come on now. That was dribble. What a beautiful song. And I love how they repeated that. What we have is much more than they can see. I love how they repeated that because I feel like it really you can hear it once, okay, and you'd feel it, but like the fact that they repeated it, it's almost like they really want you to know, like, what we have is much. That was actually what we have is much more than they can see. Can see. I was a bit off, but they really want us to know that, and I think that was beautiful. That it's just a beautiful message to like drum into people. Is like sometimes what you have with your partner is much more than what the world can see. Not always, though. Let's not get trapped in a toxic relationship and then make it out like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not everything's black and white, you know what I mean? But still, for those situations that people have their prejudices or whatever they have, their judgment and their opinions or whatever, but sometimes love, yeah, what you have with someone is much more than what the world can see. And I just really love that perspective. I think that's just such a beautiful perspective. Honestly, I just think it's really beautiful. Yeah, man. Wow. And oh, yeah. I just love his voice. So they're a band. Let me just have a little look. Obviously, I'm going to go back into the bits that I really love because there's quite a lot. Quite a lot of bits that I loved of this one. So L.T.D, love, togetherness, and devotion. Why did I say love to the world? That's so crazy. But so lead vocalist Jeffrey Osborne, written by Skip Scarborough. Late at night in a Bermuda hotel while suffering from jet lag. Wow. Composed in about 20 minutes with a gender neutral perspective so it could be sung by anyone. Oh, love that. That's so amazing. Uniquely structured with no traditional repeating chorus or hook, meaning the title phrase is never actually sung in the lyrics. Oh, yeah. That's true. Perfectly mirrored the band's core philosophy of love and tenderness through lush, restrained instrumentation and emotional sincerity. I love the instrumental. I love the violin. Like, I just loved this. It was just such a beautiful song. So much in love. 70. Yeah, it's just a very 70. Oh my God, why did I say love, togetherness, devotion? That's literally what I said. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. That's so funny how that's hilarious. But the violin, it's just so 70s and I just love it. Love made in my life. So nice. I love that pause that he does between the lyrics as well. Never dreamed of something. Yeah. Oh, the use of like where the notes. Sorry guys, I think I have it. Oh my God, my arms are really hairy. My arms are really natural gal. Sorry guys, if any of you saw that. Lol. But yeah, I love the notes that they choose. I think I did that in the other videos. Damn. Today's just hairy armpit day. Anyways. I love the notes that they chose to do, you know, when they go down. That I never felt, never dreamed of loving you. just use of like the different notes and like going down and then hitting that note. Da, 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 that in itself, that note that they chose there was just oof. Honestly, let's just listen to that again.
That I never felt, never dreamed of. Something's changed. No,
Something's changed.
it's not the feeling I had before. Oh, it's much, much more.
Oh, it's much, much more. And then the instrumental just does this pickup that them 70 songs do so well.
Love, I never knew that.
Oh, such a deep voice. And this bit particularly, I love the way he sang this.
What we have is much more than they could see.
Oof, can see. Ooh, I love it when they do that. Oh.
What we have is much more than they could see.
Loving you. What's this? What's he saying?
Have is much more than they.
What we have is much more than they can see. How did he do that?
What we have is much more than they could see.
What we have is much more than they can see. I'm overthinking it now.
Could see.
What we have is much more than they can see. What we have is much more than they can see. Why do I overthink it? When I sing it with him, I can do it. Anyways.
What we have is much more than they could see.
Oof, I just love that. Can see. What we have is much more than they can see. What we have is much more than they can see.
What we have is much more than they could see. I don't ever keep myself.
I don't ever keep us safe. I don't know what he was saying there, but
Much more than they could see.
can see.
What we have is much more than they could see.
Woo! That bit.
Have is much more than they could see.
That's hard to do. Could see. That requires a lot of diaphragm like control.
What we have is much more than they could see.
Could. What we have is much more than they could see. Oh, that's hard. It's so simple, but like it's actually difficult.
What we have is much more than they could see.
I just love that. I love like as a singer, I think it's quite nice to sing like the repeated lyrics. What we have is much more than they, and his variation. You know, like I literally just been doing the variations of what they were doing, and I think that repeating of lyrics is nice, and you can, even though it's the same lyric, it's having that purpose of like drumming it into the listener of like this is kind of the message, like, what we have is much more than they. It's like this idea of like, it's much more like there's a almost like it's giving this spiritual element, in my opinion, of like it's much more than what they can see. Sometimes like the relationships that people don't see is there's this spiritual thing happening between the people that are in the relationship that people can't see, people don't even know, don't even feel. And I feel like that that idea being repeated and repeated to us is really important in a song. And I feel like this definitely has one of those. It has that message for me, that the fact that we're repeating that bit. But then again, as a singer and as an artist, like I just love that they've used that and played on that and done different endings to it, like literally what I've just been doing this whole time. So I love that about this song. And then the ad-lib, so much more. So much more. That was pitchy. Could see. There's so much more than. Oof. It's just, and I love the fade out. I just love it. It's like ongoing. It's like infinite. I love when the song fades out because it's just like the song's never really ended. It's just like we can't hear it now, but it's still going. I love that feeling a bit. Oh, I just love it. But that's so cool. Like the context of this, like how he had jet lag and he was still. I just love that. So perfectly mirrored the band's core philosophy of love, tenderness through lush, restrained instrumentation and emotional sincerity. Established Jeffrey Osborne's as a dominant voice in soul music before he launched his successful solo career in the 80s. Later covered and reinterpreted by another legendary artist, most notably jazz guitarist George Benson. Wow, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. There's just so many great songs from this era. It's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, thank you so much, Sadiq, for your request. I really love this one. Any song that I love to sing and I just sort of go into a song is always going to be a good song for me, because I feel like that's just, I just feel it. You know what I mean? When I just go into a sing song after the song, I'm like, yeah, I like this one. So yeah, thank you so much, Sadiq. I'm very grateful. If anybody else does have a request, there is a link in the description to send any over. And yeah, feel free to comment your thoughts, obviously, as well. Anything that you'd like to educate me on, or just nice, kind comments that I appreciate. Feel free to do so. But yeah, thank you so much, Deek, for your request. Thank you to everybody watching. Bye.